Hello everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews today. Time to take that walk and go see what's in the fridge today. Hey guys, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. I do appreciate it. Today's beer, guys, I did this one a couple years ago, I think. This is from Lagunitas. This is a pale ale, and I butchered it all up the last time, and I'm probably going to butcher the name up again on this one. It's Citrusinensis Pale Ale. Citrusinensis. So, kind of hard word for me to pronounce, and I ain't had a drop of beer today. So, no matter whether you're sober or whether you're drunk, still a hard word to say. This is the 2018 edition. It was just sent to me from Lagunitas. So I want to thank Karen Hamilton at Lagunitas for sending me some very tasty beers. I just wish they would change their ink color, guys. I can see it's got some black ink writing on the bottle here, but I cannot read it with the beer in there. So that's my biggest fuss about those guys. Need to change their ink color. So that's all we're going to say about that. We're not going to harp on it. This is a 7.5%er. It was a little bigger last time. I think it was 7.7 last time. They're saying Untapped has it at 2018 edition. 60 IBUs, where Beer Advocate still has it listed as a bigger ABV. They don't differentiate year to year like Untapped does a lot of times. So they just clump them all together in the same category, same ABV and everything. So you get a lot of misinformation from that site. I do appreciate when Untapped breaks them down, 2016, 2017, 2018, if they've done it 3 years back to back or whatever. So because the ABV and the IBUs change, so that's how it is. And basically the commercial description on Beer Advocate and Untapped is exactly the same thing on their little cheat sheet that Lagunitas sends me. So I'm going to jump over to that. It says we took some fresh Sanguillo blood oranges, juiced them, concentrated that juice, and threw it into a wheatier version of our new Dogtown Pale Ale. The end result, a refreshingly hot palish ale with a huge citrus burst. So, should be a very hot forward pale ale from what I remember when I did it the last time, guys. According to what the letter says here, they're going to try to keep this around all summer, which is for a pale ale being at a 7.5%, pretty big. I would almost consider that an imperial version, but I do remember it being very citrusy and very tasty. So they sent it to me, so I thought I'd review the 2018 edition of it, and that's all we need to talk about. So let's jump over and get this thing down here and get it open and get it into the glass, cause it got almost 90 degrees today here. I'm thirsty. Alright, and we got a lot. When they send these things to me, there's little styrofoam balls are everywhere, and they get underneath the cap. I just don't want them down in my glass. I'm not a big fan of drinking styrofoam. So, let's get it in the glass. While I pour this, guys, I'm going to tell you the cuisine. It's Pan-Asian. Cheeses are earthy, Camembert Fontina. Your nutty cheeses, Asiago Colby Parmesan. Your tangy cheeses, Brick Adam Feta. Meat is poultry. Glass part of pint, Bacaronic, tumbler, mug, Stein Seidel. I'm using my favorite tulip glass. And not recommended for cinnamon celery because it's a hot forward pale. Drink them fresh, guys. And I'll look at the date on it when I come back here and tell you when it was produced. They use a code. It's usually the first 2 or 3 digits or the day of the year, and then it usually has the last, like if it was 2017, it would have a 7. If it's 2018, it'll have an 8 after that. So, didn't pour a very big head. Basically, it's just covering the top of the beer. It's a very nice amber color. It does look like a filtered beer to me, guys. I can see the sunlight that's coming through the window. Should have turned the blinds around a little bit. Looks pretty good. Let's get it to the nose. Yes, big time citrusy orange on the nose. Maybe a hint of some grapefruit, but the oranges are just standing in there off the chain with all the blood oranges they've used in producing this. Smells very, very citrusy, guys. The citrusiness of it and the oranges are just, they're taking up all the front seat and half the back seat. Well, smells pretty awesome, guys. Reminds me of what I had before. So I don't think that the ABs come down 0.2 of a notch from 7.7 to 7.5 on this one. You're not going to be able to tell that in the taste. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Lagunitas, or Karen. Definitely getting the blood oranges on the taste. It just tastes like you just bit into a blood orange. Very, very citrusy. Very tasty, very refreshing. Alcohol super well hidden. A very nice hop forward pale ale. Very citrusy. Have I said citrusy? Probably about 20 times by now. Pretty tasty beer. A very nice 60 IBU. You're getting closer to the IPA range there. But still should be fairly easy to drink. It doesn't taste too bitter on the back end. A very nice, refreshing summertime beer, guys. And for a 7.5%er, if it had a different color ink, I would probably buy this beer. But they're going to have to do something with the ink color, guys. So let me sip on this and see where it ends up. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Got just a little bit left here. A very nice beer, guys. Very nice citrusy taste. That is the biggest thing I can say about it. Big time blood orange taste in it. Those two things being said, the citrusiness and the blood oranges is taking up all the taste and aromas. Maybe just a slight hint of some grapefruit in there, but it's very subtle. The oranges and the citrusiness is what this beer is about, basically. Very tasty for 7.5%. Alcohol super well hidden, well made beer. Like I said earlier, I would probably buy this beer if they would change their ink color so we could see that dating with the beer in the bottle. And I told you when I come back I would look, and it looks like it says 1/17 of 18. So the 117th day of 2018 is when this was bottled. So I just wish they would do something different in the color. I don't have a problem with the code that they're using, but I want to be able to see it with the beer in the bottle. So that's just my only fuss with these guys. And if they would change that, I would probably buy their beers again. But right now, the ones they send me, or the ones my subscribers send me, I will review, but I'm not going to spend my money on them until I can read that code with the beer in it. Final chug. Very pleasant beer. A great summertime beer, guys. It really, really is very easy drinking. It's pretty damn tasty. Excuse me, I'm on the fence between a B plus and an A minus. And I fussed about this color code on their bottles for a long, long time, and evidently they're not listening. So I'm gonna give it to B plus this time. It's an A minus beer in a B plus bottle because of the color of the ink. So that's where I'm gonna put it. 89 for me, guys, on this one. Over to Beer Advocate. Beer Advocate says 4.07 in their exceptional range. I would give them that number if I could read the date code. Over to Untapped. They have it at 3.93. That's where I'm putting it, in the upper end of the B plus range, guys. So Change the ink color, guys, at Lagunitas. I don't know why y'all are hell-bent on putting black ink on a dark brown bottle. Makes no sense to me. I do appreciate you putting a code on it or some kind of dating on it, but we need to see that with the beer in the bottle. So, and it gets even worse with your darker beers. It's impossible. I could see writing on it, but I couldn't make it out with the beer in it. And with a stout or a porter in the bottle, it's virtually freaking possible to see that date code on there. So, and it's not that critical on a heavier, darker beer unless it's got coffee in it. I mean, that's going to fade, guys. We need to see those dates. So, change your damn ink color. I'm tired of harping about that. All right, guys. If you had this one from Lagunitas, this is the 2018 edition of their Citrusinensis. Easy for me to say, huh? Pale Ale. Let me know what you think, guys. Till we meet again, let's go see what's in the fridge.